Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and it's Fun Friday. It's not going to be a really long video today. It's just going to be me doing something, and then showing you something, and then doing some fun facts. So, normally I'd be cooking for Christopher, but they have a bunch of parties for graduations and stuff this weekend. Her brother graduated the other day, so they got parties and stuff. And so that's going to be happening a lot right now, you know, on the weekends. And he's going to move closer to work, which means he will be nearly an hour away. So I don't think he wants to drive an hour over here to get food and then drive an hour back. Let's hope he stops in to see his mom, you know what I mean? Hello. But that will be, so we'll have to figure out something else to do. It's okay. I'm going to miss giving him food every week, but they have to grow up sometime. No, I'm kidding. He's 32, and, you know, I understand them moving closer together to work. Where they're thinking about moving to is only 5 minutes from work. So right now they're driving almost an hour. So that's a long ways. So anyways, staying along with the Asian thing, how many buffets have you went to and you found those little donuts with the sugar on them? Everybody likes them. So we're going to make those today. So I'm going to use little biscuits. They use the big ones, but we really don't need all that special treat. Now these, let's hope it doesn't get me. That didn't scare me. These were actually discounted too, so let's hope they're good. Do not put these in the refrigerator. They will get hard. You can heat them back up in the microwave for just a couple seconds, and they're good for only about 36 hours. So, alright. So the first thing we're going to do is just take these little donuts. I've got my oil heated up over here, I hope. Yeah, I think so. But we're just going to make little ones. And basically all we're going to do is get them to brown. How many do I have in there? 4, so let's do 5 each one. They're going to be funny shaped, but that's okay. That works, right? I know I got to delete some stuff on my phone here for a minute because it's counting down time that I have left over. So we're going to let them get a little bit brown. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit, and then we're going to flip them. Have you guys liked the Asian week? I think it's been fun. And I've really stepped out of my comfort zone on a lot of things that I've never made. And I think that's great. My son said to me, my youngest one, AJ and Emmy's dad, he's like, you need to open up your circle, Mom. Because that boy will try anything. Anything. He's always been a good eater. There's very few things that he doesn't like. So I'm trying to broaden my horizons. I told Jack that same thing. Alright, so as soon as we finish that, then we want to put them on some paper towel. We don't want them to cool down, but I'm going to go ahead and put the next ones in so they can cook while I'm doing this. They're going to be funny shaped, but that's okay. Who cares? They're yummy. So now while they're still a little bit warm, we just want to do some sugar on them. I used to make something like this for my kids when they were little. And I would make them into donut holes. I'll tell you, I do donut day every week for my grandkids. You guys, it cost me 14 bucks yesterday. And it's like, are you kidding me? The donuts have gotten so small. But Emmy really likes the donut holes. And, you know, I do donut holes for all the daycare kids on Thursdays. I guess I'm going to have to do a bigger package because, well, they'll have more kids over there. Now this oil I'm not going to dump out because there is going to be something I'm going to fry tomorrow. And then we're going to fry something on Sunday too. So let's get that. So I'm going to just push this over there a little bit so I don't accidentally nudge it. That would not be good. And I'll cover it after it cools down. And then we'll make what I'm going to make tomorrow. Tomorrow's dinner is not deep fried, but something I want to make on the side is. I was thinking about making them today, but it's getting later in the day. I had some errands to run, and then I had a bunch of phone calls to make, and I still didn't get it all done. So after this, Tom gets out in 20 minutes, so after this I'll talk to Tom, and then while he's getting his hair cut, I'll try making some more phone calls. Gee, you just hate those days that you got to do so many phone calls and errands and stuff, and it feels like you don't get anything done. And actually, I didn't get a whole lot done. So, yeah. Alrighty. So let's take a bite of this, and then I'm going to clean this mess up. And then I'm going to show you guys something. And I got to clear some time off on my phone. Alright. Ooh. We'll taste test that as soon as I come back. Alright, now there isn't a timer timing me down. Those are really good. I do agree they're better warm. But I bet you they're good cold too. And I don't know why you couldn't dip them in powder and stuff. Those are good. And I think I like the smaller ones. They're easier to handle. You don't have to eat so much at one time. Not that that's a bad thing. Alright, so you guys know that I have a customer called Little Dusty online. And I've been on fun stuff. I've been on ducks. And those, I've been on, my nose is itching from being chapped from blowing it so much. But anyway, so, I get all those cookbooks and stuff like that. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they had these, and they got really expensive. So, they had them again last week, and I got them for $6. They are called Mini Bakers, and they're regular $11.99. These are brand new. And they are made out of stoneware. So they have the little tiny tops. And these are microwave and dishwasher and oven safe. And then look at that. And then the lid goes on top of it. And you have your little baking pan. That'll be perfect. I wanted 2 of them. So if I ever wanted to make, you know, I've never made a souffle, but you know what I'm saying, anything like that, I could throw it into that, and it's just enough for me and Tom. So, I was pretty excited. I think, maybe I got them for $5. Something like that, really cheap. So, my fun facts for today, I just wanted them to be fun and simple and cute. It's 40 unbelievable fun facts for kids that are actually true. The festive tradition of Christmas trees dates back thousands of years to the Romans and ancient Egyptians. The Queen has 2 birthdays. Apples float on water. But you know what? If you think about it, when we used to do bobbing apples when we were kids, they did float to the top. So that, yeah. Number 4 is the only one with the same amount of letters. I never thought I didn't read these, but I just figured, you know what? Let's do something fun and airy, you know? But that's true. More than 480 million people have played Monopoly. Wow. That's crazy. Tomatoes and avocados are fruits, not vegetables. And I think we forget that because, you know, you don't think of tomato being a fruit. I always think of being a veggie. Like, get your veggies in. The opposite sides of the dice always add up to 7. I'll have to look at that. A bolt of lightning is 5 times hotter than the sun. I did not know that. Holy crap, that's really hot. Can you imagine the people that survive a lightning bolt? That's a lot of degrees going through you. Whoa. A group of flamingos is called flamboyants. Imagine seeing flamboyants of pink flamingos everywhere, or together. And you know, when we go take AJ back to his house to go to the bus stop, we go around and there was this lady, she put all these pink flamingos out in her front yard. And she took them all down and they were so cute. I'm like, if I had a front yard, but mine's a garden, so. Bees are found everywhere in the world apart from Antarctica. Yeah, I don't think they could survive there. Now, I did not know this. Caterpillars have 12 eyes. Now somebody's watching me. Anyways, okay, so. Horses and cows sleep standing up. I knew that. There are more than 1,000 kinds of bats in the world. I know. They do good things for you, but I do not like bats. Story. I really didn't read through these to come up with my stories, but my dad used to have an auction house in Sumner, Michigan. And we were cleaning up on a Saturday night. It was a Friday or Saturday night after an auction. And this bat got in, and he went right for my hair. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was scared. I was like running to the other end of the auction house and whatever, and he goes, hold still. My dad did. And he hit that thing with the end of a broom and killed it. That thing was just like going right for my hair. Oh. Yuck. And you know, if they're awake in the daylight, more than likely they have rabies, they say. I seen one bright awake at one of my jobs, and I called the, the whatever for animals. And by the time, probably 5 minutes later, it was dead. So it was probably pretty sick. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. See why I picked these? These are fun. They can't walk backwards. Well, I don't hop that far either, so I guess we're good. As well as having unique fingerprints, we all have unique tongue prints. I never thought of that. Wow, okay. That's pretty cool. Fingernails grow 4 times faster than your toenails. Yeah, unless you have my fingernails. My boys, beautiful nails, beautiful. Me, they suck. And I don't like them getting long either, so that's why you hardly ever see me with long nails, because I clip them yeah, I don't like them. It's a tomboy in me. It is impossible to lick your elbow. I won't try it. Should I? No, I won't do that. About 70% of all adult human body is water. Well, I kind of knew that was pretty high. Your nose and ears continue growing for your entire life. Do you see my nose? It can stop any time then. Oh my gosh. You cannot talk and inhale or exhale simultaneously. Try it. You can't. The voice doesn't come out. Gotta try something sometimes, you guys. Your heart is about the same size as your fist. And imagine all the heartbreaking people can do. Alaska is both on the western and the most eastern state in the United States. I did not know that. The Atlantic Ocean is saltier than the Pacific Ocean. I didn't know that either. Russia is just 2 miles from Alaska. I heard it was really close. I guess that's really close. I should read these before I print them out. I do love these, though. People can fart after they die. Sorry about that. I had a cough climb up on me. But anyway, people can fart after they die. I could see Tom doing it. I could. Clouds are not weightless. I mean, they look like they're fluffy and weightless, right? They can weigh over 1,000,000 pounds, one cloud. Can you imagine that? And it stays up there. Man, I wish they'd have done stuff like this when we were kids. Maybe they didn't, I just don't remember. Female lions do about 90% of the hunting. That does not surprise me. Women's hearts beat faster than men's. 72, Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. She was Greek. And you always think about that. Na 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 na. Anyway. The shortest war in history lasted just 38 minutes. It was between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896. Don't you wish all wars were that quick? I do. I don't like war. I think it's horrible. I didn't know this either. And I loved to play this as a kid. Tug of war used to be an Olympic sport. Go figure, right? Abraham Lincoln was a champion wrestler. He just pictures as tall as they say he is, and you imagine him wrestling. Okay. During the Victorian era, it was popular for people to take photographs of their loved ones after they died. And actually, you know, I read about that, but then I have a couple of funeral homes that are customers, and my one funeral director, he has a really, really old house that they turned into a funeral home years ago, and he told me about that. And, like, there's pictures of how it used to look and whatever. But because there was you know, children didn't live sometimes a very long age, that they would literally hold them up so that they would always have that last picture. It's kind of creepy to me. I did not know this one either. Starfish have no brains. Then what's its purpose, I guess? I mean, just floats around. Seems like it, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Antarctica is the only continent with no permanent human residence. Well, like, who wants to live there? Not me. The state of California has more people than the entire country of Canada. I heard that. Canada, I guess, is really, really big. And your Canadian friends, you guys could tell us, but you guys don't have the population for as much land mass as you have. Newborn babies are partially colorblind. I did know that, and my youngest one actually is colorblind. Red, green, I think. The Olympics used to give medals for art, not just sports. Huh. I didn't know that either. It's kind of cool. A jar of Nutella is sold every 2.5 seconds. Wow. And the last one is, French fries are Belgian, not French. So I hope you like my little quick ditties there this week. I thought, let's do something nice and light and airy, since that's how the donuts were going to be. And yeah, why not make something a little bit more fun? Yesterday was a little deep. So, but I want to thank you guys. Make sure you do. I got up to 3,913, back down to 11. They don't seem to like to have me go up. So if you could, like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you make comments below. I love to talk to you guys. But I do want to thank you guys. You're so amazing, incredible, awesome group. And I hope you've liked this week. I did take a suggestion for next week. And, well, I have 3 suggestions more. No, 2. And then one I wanted to do. And so I let Tom pick. So if you don't like next week, blame whoever suggested it and Tom. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for being here. We'll be back for dinner. It's going to be something else I've never done. Tomorrow will be something I've never done. Let's step out of that box. You guys, thanks for giving me the courage and the strength to do that. I appreciate that. I don't know if everybody else is going to like it. Like, she's gone into a monster and she'll cook anything. No, I won't cook anything. Like, well, squid is pretty good. But I don't like those things that they're in the shell, and my sons would like, I think their muscles, oh, God. I think they used to eat those just to gross me out. I really do. They'd be like, Mom, look. And then they swallow them whole. And they eat crawdads too, and I know they're supposed to be a delicacy, but my kids will eat so much stuff that I will not even, no. I never said gross to them, except for the thing that you do that with, because I never wanted them to be closed-minded. I wanted them to try everything they wanted to, and they did good. So, and they still continue to try stuff that they never tried before, and I like that. So anyways, I'm blabbering. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing, and I will see you at supper. You guys, thanks for being you. Bye.